am Azerbaeva Natalia, and the topic of my report is the model of professional mentoring of orphan children in the vocational secondary education system of Russia. The rise of juvenile crime in the Russian Federation is the factor of our life. Specialists from different fields, educators, development workers, sociologists, psychologists, police authorities, and etc. raise anxiety about the deviant behavior of young generation, especially among persons of under age, 18 years, the most vulnerable population category. Specialists cite the following reasons of teenagers' deviant behavior: widespread family disadvantages, negative influence of immediate surrounding, crisis of education system, absence of proper legal education in society, the restriction of social control by government and public organization, law enforcement authorities, desocialization impact of mass culture on the teenager personality as a consequence of growing social and cultural crisis, steady growth of different deviant behavior forms in society, drug addiction, substance dependence, alcoholism, social parasitism, sexual demoralization. Despite a variety of reasons, the family disadvantage is the main source of juvenile crime. The family is essential as the natural habitat for becoming and development of a child's personality and individual merits. Multiple medical studies show that orphan children experience socialization difficulties, namely general psychological tonus decreases, self-regulation process are impeded, narrowness and poverty of motives, low level of education, poor imagination and creative thinking, inability to individually control and plan their own actions, domination of aggressive behavior. Such factors result in special, deformed, emotionally deficit personal development because they are willingly subject to criminal temptations and manipulations. Correspondingly, the overcoming of restrictions and increasing of adaptational and professional capabilities of orphan children is the main objective of vocational secondary education system institutions. It shall be noted that the Russian vocational school, as opposed to other educational models, in addition to vocational education, has functions of attitude development and social support. The feature begins its remembrances in 1930s from the establishment of vocational education. At the present time, the vocational secondary education styles itself as one of the backbone institutes for the formation of labor resources and guarantee of economic innovative development, socialization, and education of the coming generation, maximum preparation of orphan children for individual life. Nowadays, every college or technical secondary school or vocational secondary education system chooses and can form its own educational and social policy with an own experience and try things out. The mentoring model in State Professional Educational Institution of Tula region, Moscow's Technical College, is formed through volunteering activities of senior students who are ready to understand, accept, and help. The teenager travels our own way of growing up, self-development, resocialization not alone. Essentially, he or she becomes an important person for a teenager who assists the child to see strengths and weaknesses, become a responsible, worthy, and successful person. Often as mentors are appointed home from teachers, social teachers, psychologists, but they are not respected by children as they represent the impersonalized adults, particularly for orphanage children. The majority of such children perceive adults as something evil, blaming their troubles on them. It is useless to prove him or her that you are an adult and wiser, produce logical arguments. The more perseverant you are, the more confident he or she is about your debt, backwardness, and an ability to understand him or her. Role models and influencers for orphan children can be mentors that came from the same environment, traveled the same way, and experienced the same issues. Mentors' performance indices less number of minors being registered by crime preventive authorities, decrease of number of different crimes committed by supported minors, positive dynamics of minors' progress and attendance, absence of conflicts with peers and teachers, involvement of supported minors into activities of youth non-governmental organizations. Thanks for your attention.